The other topic we're going to cover today is about how to make parenting decisions without causing a lot of issues and disputes, how to just make it easier and smoother. Remember that in a lot of relationships, your partnership is 50-50. So it's not always the case, but if you are in a where there's two parents present at the moment raising children, often we as mothers can take over so much responsibility and almost take it away from the other partner, or think that we are 100% responsible for everything for the children because they are not doing it the way we are doing it. But it is overall a 50-50 partnership. And do you take advantage of that, and do you take that burden off your mind as well, that okay, although it looks like I'm fully responsible for the children, I'm actually not, and silently the other partner will be taking responsibility as well. And just shifting your mindset in that way a bit helps to take all that pressure of you and off your mind and makes parenting so much easier. The other thing that came up was carefully select what you ask from your partner and family. So if you need something, some decisions made, some done, then really think about what decisions are the most important ones, and then carefully select those from your partner, family, and try to discard talking about every little decision, because not every little decisions need to be discussed. But if there's too many decisions discussed, then it can become a discouragement, and every time there has to be a decision made, it's like, oh no, another decision has to be made, and disputes start happening. Ask yourself, why am I asking? Sometimes you don't even need to ask. There's small decisions we can make on our own, and we don't need to ask or bother the other people with it. A really good example that I had an experience of, so my youngest one, he's wheat intolerant, so he's not like allergic or anything, but he's wheat intolerant, and I've known that for quite a while. And I asked my husband, I said to him, like, look, I want to take him off wheat and just see how he goes, so his health becomes, his tummy becomes better, etc. And he was like, no, that's too difficult. What is he gonna eat? Wheat is everywhere, in bread, in cakes, and it's gonna be such a headache to do that. So he had all that thinking around it, and I did not then do it, because I thought, oh, if he's not going to support me, then how am I going to do it? But eventually, it just came to me that, okay, actually, do I really need his support on this one? Or can I manage on my own, since I manage the food in the house and my son is with me most of the time? Can I at least get him 90% wheat free, let's say, and even if he eats 10% of the time when he's with his dad or he's out and about somewhere, then that would help his health. So I did it, and it worked perfectly fine. And my husband did not even notice that much, or maybe now and then, or at home when I used to tell him, no, you can't eat this or that, or make something separate for him. But because now it's like, it wasn't difficult for him, which is my next point, that make it easy for them, especially if it's something that's your vision and it's not their vision. So if there's something you want to do with the children, let's say reading every day, and this is only on your vision and it's not your partner's vision, then don't put it on them, or even if you want them to do it, then make it easy for them. That again reduces frictions. And the other thing I've noticed over the years is like, if you really want to implement something, some changes, anything like that, show them and wait for them to follow. Because I found that especially men, they're watching very closely how the mothers parent their children, and often they will follow their examples. So whether it's consciously or unconsciously, I found that when I stopped doing a lot of things, my husband eventually followed as well. So, but you have to let go of the outcome. But I've seen that quite a lot of times happening. And yeah, one of the issues that came up in terms of when you live in extended families, or you go and visit grandparents, or you go anywhere else, is about people giving your children things that you don't want them to eat, or especially sweets. It's one of the big ones that comes up. But there are simple ways you can deal with it. One is to empower your children to say no, or just take it, say thank you, and put it in their pocket. One of my friends, she's from Morocco, and she went to Morocco, and in Morocco it's tradition that a lot of the elders will just give every child on the street some sweets. And so she already knew about this tradition, so she used to carry a bag with her, and every time somebody gave a sweet, she would ask her children to, okay, just tell them, oh, put it in the bag, we will take it home, and at the end of the day we will do whatever we need to do at home. So she used to literally throw it all away because she wasn't giving her children any of those sweets. But you can find ways around it without having to have a big discussion with grandparents about, oh, I don't really want my kids to have these sweets. You can find creative ways around it. So that's topic 2. Oh, one last point. If we go down the route of tit for tat, then that just becomes like a ego power relationship, in terms of like, oh, if you do this for me, then I will do that for you, and if you don't do that for me, I won't do that for you. And it really just doesn't go anywhere. So it's better for one person to back up and use the separate realities to realize what the best step would be.